Hi guys, we are in the book of 1 Peter and we're in chapter 1 and we're looking at some of the jewels that there are, and there are plenty to be found. Spiritual jewels that will enhance and encourage you in your faith and cause you to walk closer to God if we obey them. Now, the issue we're talking about today is an issue that I think has a relevance to every particular believer. Something in our hearts says to us, there's got to be more than what we have. Something in our hearts from the day we are born suggests and inclines our thinking to the fact that there has to be more to life than just this. When we get what we think we need, we find this doesn't satisfy. So we chase after something else, and we hope that that will satisfy. And we find that there is this continual search for more. Now that is normal. God has put it in our hearts to search for Him. God has put it in our hearts to desire a relationship with Him. One of the old theologians of the days used to say that there is a God-shaped vacuum in each one of our hearts. And we try and fill that vacuum with different things. We'll try and fill it with materialism and all those kind of things that there are out there that Satan would want to suggest might just fill your heart. But at the end of the day, we find that it's a God-shaped vacuum, and therefore only God can fill it. Some people, according to the parable that Jesus told, kind of find God almost like they stumble over Him. One day they're going in this direction, then all of a sudden, like the parable says, a man was walking across a field, and he saw in the field a treasure. It was buried. And so it was right on the surface. It was easy to see, actually. And he dug this treasure up and he said, man, why have I never seen this before? I have walked across this field 1,000 times and I've never seen the treasure. But that day, in a sense, he almost stumbled over the treasure. Apparently, he went and sold everything so that he could have the field because he was an honest man. He did not steal the treasure, and he wanted to possess that beautiful treasure that he had just found. For some people, finding God is just like that. Something happens in our lives. We face a tragedy, we get a phone call, we have some challenge in life, where suddenly we open our eyes to realize there is a God, and we find Him that way. But there are others, however, who kind of search for Him in a deeper way and a more long-term way. In this passage in 1 Peter that I'll read to you now, it speaks of this kind of search. It says this in chapter 1, verse 10, concerning this salvation, the prophets who spoke of the grace that was to come to you searched intently with the greatest care. So that goes back to the Old Testament. Even in the Old Testament, they were searching. They'd been promised by Moses, by the prophets, that there would one day come a Messiah, and they lived waiting earnestly. Maybe today will be the day. But the cry of their hearts was the same of the cry as the cry of our own hearts. There's got to be more. There's got to be a Savior. And we will not give up until we find Him. Now there are some, sadly, because God has a way of hiding Himself sometimes from the casual looker. You don't find God by just casually looking for Him. He will hide from you in that case. But there are times when we search for God because we know there is a God and we want to find out who He is. And so the search begins. Even the prophets of the Old Testament were part of that search. And then we come to the New Testament, and for me the heroes of this particular section are the heroes of the 3 wise men who went out there to search for God. They knew that He was there. They were following the star that was the light. We have the light, which is God's Word, and we're able to go out and search for God using the same light and be able to find that He does exist, that He does have He is alive and He is well and He wants to be a part of our lives. It's that searching that we go for. Now, there are some who meet God in the most exceptional circumstances. Think of the Apostle Paul as he was riding on his horse and he saw this bright light and it shone in his face, it blinded him, and he heard a voice out of heaven saying, Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me, man? And he said, who are you? And the voice replied, I am Jesus, the one you persecute. Sometimes I wish we could all have experiences like that. They're unmistakable, and they're real, and they're tangible, and as subjective as they are for your own personal life, they're just as real. And everybody has this embark upon a search. I would encourage you today, if you happen to be watching this little devotion, maybe you're still searching. Maybe in your heart you just know there's got to be more, and you've seen others who have found it. You've read the scriptures and seen people who have found Jesus, whether it be in the wise men who came from the east at Christmas time, or whether it be other testimonies of people around you. You know that they have found the truth. Don't give up the search. If this is you today, I'm so glad that you get to hear this devotional. I'm so glad that you get to be able to say, for me to be able to say to you, there is a God. Keep searching. He hides himself from casual looking people, but he will be found. We read that verse, that ask and it shall be given you. Seek and what? You will find. But one last thought here. God is seeking for you as well. And when he cried out in the Garden of Eden, Adam, where are you? The search began for him. He continues to search. Jesus spoke of a woman who searched for a coin and a shepherd who searched for a sheep. People, you are the coin and you are the sheep, and God searches for you too. Man, what a cool day it is when both find one another. If you haven't found God, my hope and prayer is that you will. If you haven't found him yet, continue the search. He will be found. You can be sure of that. Have a great day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.